Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here to talk about 5 things that made me super hyped for Luigi's Mansion 3 in the recent E3 2019 trailer and Treehouse footage. So let's get right on into it. So guys, as you probably know, we got a new trailer and 2 Treehouse segments for Luigi's Mansion 3 at E3 2019, and they showed a lot of things that made me even more hyped for the game. A lot of new mechanics that I thought were really cool, and I wanted to go over some of them here in this video. First thing that made me even more excited to play this game is the boss ghosts. So if you haven't seen the Treehouse footage, you probably don't know, as they don't really explain it in the trailer itself, but essentially there are boss ghosts on every floor and you have to defeat them in order to get a button for the elevator that allows you to go to the next floor, because assumedly Mario, Peach, and Toad are on higher floors. So you have to get up to them to go rescue them, and so you need these elevator buttons because they're missing from the elevator, and the boss ghosts have them. The boss ghosts, however, are pretty much portrait ghosts from the original game. They have a lot of personality, they have unique designs, and you have to interact with them and do different things in order to get them to actually fight you. Which is great, because the portrait ghosts in the original game were infinitely more interesting and fun to fight and figure out what they were all about than the generic bosses in Dark Moon. So to see that portrait ghosts are actually coming back in a way is absolutely great. And the ones we've seen so far are amazing. They have so much personality, and the creators got very creative with their designs and what you have to do. Specifically, one that I think is really cool is one that they showed off in the Treehouse segment, and that is one that was actually a movie maker. He was actually a director, and you don't fight him, you actually go and you make a movie with him, which is really cool. If you haven't seen the Treehouse footage, I definitely recommend it. It shows off a lot of things that weren't in the trailer, and it shows off this guy who is really cool. So boss ghosts are definitely something I'm super excited about in this game. But secondly, it's not only the boss ghosts that have a lot of personality and creativity, but just the generic enemies as well. There were a lot of variants of the normal enemies in this game that make them feel much different than just the generic, normal ghosts. There's tons of different costumes that they can wear, like the maid ghost, the hotel bellboy ghost, and even in one scene of the trailer, there were actually fireman ghosts who came out to put a fire. They were all dressed up in costumes, and there's actually a different way that you had to defeat them than normal ghosts. So not only do they look different and have different personalities, but there's also different ways to defeat them depending on what costumes they're wearing. And not only that, but the ghosts are actually super expressive in many scenes, and they do react in interesting ways when you defeat their fellow ghost brethren. In fact, in the scene that I was talking about with the fireman, a bunch of blue, smaller ghosts come out as fireman, and you defeat them, and then a bigger orange one comes out and gets super upset and sad that you defeated all of his friends. So the ghost definitely has a lot more personality in this game than I was expecting from the original trailer, which is good, because I felt in the original trailer there wasn't too much difference from them. I think there was one we saw with a costume, but they were kind of more generic, and now they seem to have a lot more expressiveness and personality. The third thing that got me hyped is actually Guji. Guji is essentially a second Luigi made of, goo that you can control and swap between Luigi and Guji and do many different things with him. He offers just so many new mechanics and new ways to solve puzzles that couldn't have been done without him being in the game. For example, he can move through spikes that would normally be impossible for Luigi to get through. He can also be used in tandem with Luigi to use the suction shot together and move things that Luigi couldn't move by himself. He can essentially do everything that Luigi can do, as well as having his own abilities, but he's not completely OP. He just dies completely instantly to things like water and fire. So he has his own traits that in some ways he's better than Luigi, in some ways he is much worse than Luigi, so you have to use him in tandem to solve some puzzles that Luigi couldn't do by himself. But for my fourth point, there's actually another thing that Guji adds to the game, and that is local co-op. This is a feature I'm super excited about, and I think a lot of people have been wanting a Mario game. This is actually a Luigi game, but still people have been wanting a game in the Mario universe with co-op that's actually good, and this game seems to be offering that. So you can play through the entire story together with another person who plays as Guji while you play as Luigi, and you can solve puzzles together. This is a great way to offer co-op multiplayer, as since many puzzles are solved with Luigi and Guji in tandem, it makes the second player actually have something meaningful to do, unlike the co-op in games like Mario Odyssey or Mario Galaxy, where you do things that don't really matter too much. And this game isn't offering just local co-op as its only multiplayer. There's also a whole other multiplayer that allows online multiplayer as well. The Scare Scraper is a separate mode where you actually traverse through different floors by clearing objectives with your friends, and it offers up to 8-player online multiplayer with friends. It's essentially an upgraded version of the Scare Scraper in Dark Moon, but it has a lot of new objectives, and obviously it has that new awesome graphical style with the Luigi's Mansion 3's game engine, and of course it has online multiplayer with up to 8 people, which was not available in Dark Moon. I think you could only play with 4 people in the 3DS one. This looks super fun, and not only am I looking forward to playing this with my friends and family, but also I can play with all you guys on streams, which I think is going to be super fun. But yeah, guys, there's a lot of really cool things they showed off at E3, and these were the 5 that got me really excited to play this game. I'm really hoping they announce a release date soon, because I want to know when I can throw money at the stream, when I can hand Nintendo my wallet and get this game for myself, because it's just going to be an absolute blast. But those are the things that I'm hyped for in Luigi's Mansion 3. I want to know what features you guys are looking forward to. Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon for notifications of all my videos, because I'm going to be making tons more videos on everything E3. And if you haven't seen my Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel video, you should check that out as well, because there's going to be lots more of those coming in the future. Also, make sure to share this video with everyone you know who is hyped about Luigi's Mansion 3. And I'll see all you guys later on What About Nintendo. Bye!